A three-pronged approach to solving the problem of Alzheimer's in America is necessary. Coping with the disease, research for a cure, and community focus. First, more emphasis must be placed on community. With more elderly staying in their homes, communities must provide opportunities for elderly residents to be more involved and independent while still supplying the help elderly residents need. $10 billion will be given in the form of categorical grants to states who qualify over the course of 3 years. These grants will be given on a project basis and will stimulate community growth. The grant money will be used to improve existing community programs to help the elderly, as well as create new ones. The grants will also fund the development of intergenerational housing projects and the expansion of sidewalks and public transportation. The key is to help communities promote healthy lifestyles for young and elderly residents alike, and also give the elderly easy access to the things they need while accommodating their desire to remain independent into their old age. Secondly, America must be able to cope with Alzheimer's disease while a cure is still being researched. Because the ratio of caregivers to elderly will decrease in the upcoming years as the baby boomers age, it is necessary to increase the amount of caregivers in the workforce. By offering a tax break to those who go into service-oriented jobs, it will encourage students and others seeking employment to consider choosing caregiving as a career to restore the balance of caregiver to elderly ratio. To alleviate the need for caregivers and volunteers, $300,328,000,000 additional dollars will be given to a nationwide scholarship fund that will give high school students a $1,000 scholarship if they volunteer 120 hours of their time at nursing homes, assisted nursing facilities, and other programs that help the elderly over the course of their 4-year high school education. This projection is based on the number of high school graduates in the United States in 2009.
Our volunteers will help with getting residents to and from the beauty shop, getting residents to and from activities, to chapel services, even just sitting with somebody and talking with them, holding their hand. That's a huge thing.
Finally, the government will invest in the research for a cure to Alzheimer's disease. By increasing the amount of money spent on Alzheimer's research to $15,672,000,000, the government will help the National Institute of Aging fund clinical studies across the country and give promising researchers the money they need to advance our understanding of Alzheimer's disease. In order to pay for these programs and grants, funding from NASA, the Department of Defense, and the Department of Homeland Security will be downsized. NASA's exploration, space operation, and cross-agency support programs will be cut. The Department of Defense Research and Development Program, as well as the Procurement Fund, will be scaled down. The Department of Homeland Security will have reduced funds in Customs and Border Protection, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Secret Service programs. The cost of Alzheimer's disease is more than just financial.
There's like a little term, the long goodbye, because you have the initial shock and grief of, oh my gosh, this is happening to my loved one. Then you get to a point where they don't remember their family, so that's a loss. And then you get to a point where the person, they do finally pass away, so then you have that loss there. So there's a lot of grieving that goes on, and it's very hard. We have some family members that, come every week, come multiple times a day, or multiple times a week, and their family members, their spouses, don't know who they are, and they leave in tears, and it is heartbreaking, because here's this couple that have been together for 60 plus years, and they don't know who you are. I just can't imagine it.
The effects of this devastating disease will continue to threaten the mental, emotional, financial, and social health of our nation unless something is done